Did that change anything?
Clark's pass is incomplete. Pass intended for number 3, Graydon Wren. That'll bring up quarterback keeper on the left side. Running the clock. First and 10 Chaffee as they move into East Prairie territory. Quarterback spot on the Eagle 36-yard line. First and 10 Red Bell. Running the clock. First and 10 Chaffee as they move into
I'm just checking to see if you guys can hear me now. I'm just checking to see if you guys can hear me now. I'm just checking to see if you guys can hear me now. So, a fun fact. I've been streaming this entire game thinking that I was talking to all of you
to see if you guys can
until
hear me
Billy
now.
Joe texted me and told me, hey, we can't hear anything. I'm like, oh, that's
So,
a fun fact.
So,
I've been streaming this entire
if
game
you're wondering
thinking that
why,
I was talking to all of you,
see if you guys
someone
really
doing
such a
such a
terrible
terrible
job
job
with
with
the
the
cameras.
Hey, we can't.
I have
hear
explained
anything.
it before,
I'm
but
like, oh, that's
you guys
a
weren't
fun
around to hear it.
fact.
So,
It's because I'm up here
streaming
doing
this
everything.
entire
If
game
you're wondering
thinking that I was
why,
talking to all of you,
let
let me get you caught up on everything that's happened while I've been
Hey, we
troubleshooting.
can't
I have
hear
explained it
anything.
before,
And
but
like,
playing
oh,
with
that's
you guys
a
weren't
fun
around
fact.
here. So,
It's because I'm up here doing every
East
entire
Prairie,
game
you're wondering
thinking
why
that I was talking to all of you.
here on a
Let me get you
Thursday
caught up
night
on everything that's
week
happened
while
while
I've been
watching
troubleshooting
troubleshooting
the game,
before,
and I am here
with
for the
guys
Booster
weren't
Club
around
Facebook.
So
Working
because
to
I'm
make
up
sure
here
the
doing every
internet
Prairie,
will
you're
do what
wondering
it needs
why
to do here on a
let me get you
Thursday
caught up
night
on everything that's
week
happened
while
while
I've been
watching
troubleshooting the game, and I am
hey,
here
that's
for the
guys
Booster
weren't
Club
around
Facebook.
So
Working to
because I'm
make
up here
sure
doing
the
every
internet
Prairie,
will
you're
do what
wondering
it needs
why
to do here on a
let me get you
Thursday
caught up
night
on everything that's
week
happened
while
while
I've been
watching
troubleshooting the
troubleshooting
game, and
I
I
am
am
here
here
with
for the
working
Booster
to make
Club
sure that
Facebook.
the
Working because
the
I'm
internet
sure
will
the
do
internet
what
will
it
do what it needs to do.
Now I'm
Here
understanding
on a
that
Thursday
get you
night
caught up on
week
everything
while
that's happened
I'll
while
keep
I've
working
been
on that
troubleshooting
in the meantime. And I am
here
here
for
for the
working
Booster
to make
Club
sure
Facebook.
that the
Working because I'm
internet
sure
will
the
do
good
what
news
it
here
needs
is
to
that
do.
this
Now I'm
here
understanding
on a
that
Thursday
hasn't
night
been
week
really well, and so
while
far I
I'll
haven't
keep
dropped
working on
any
that
frames and the internet hasn't
and
cut
I
out
am
on me.
here
So
working to make
the
sure
audio will be a
that
little
the
squirrely. I'll try to keep behind the camera.
The good news here is that this
now I'm
here
understanding
on
that
a
as it is,
Thursday
we've got
night
really well.
21
So far, I
left
haven't
in the
dropped
second
any
quarter.
frames and the internet
It is
cut
second
out
and
on me.
four.
So
The
Chaffee
audio will be a little
driving.
squirrely.
I'll try to keep behind the
The
camera.
good news here is that this
now I'm
here
going to drop back to
pass
as
up
it
the
is,
left
we've got
side.
really well.
Oh, beauty, an absolute beauty from number 2, Gunnar McClard, into the hands of number 3, Graydon Lynn. And that is going to be a touchdown for beauty, an absolute beauty from number 2, Gunnar McClard, into the hands of number 3, Graydon Lynn. And that is going to be a touchdown for beauty, an absolute beauty from number 2, Gunnar McClard, into the hands of number 3, Graydon Lynn. And that now is going to be a touchdown for beauty, an absolute beauty from number 2, Gunnar McClard, into the hands of number 3, Graydon Lynn. And that now is going to be a touchdown for beauty, an absolute beauty from number 2, Gunnar McClard, into the hands of number 3, Graydon Lynn. And that now is going to be a touchdown for beauty, an absolute beauty from number 2, Gunnar McClard, into the hands of number 3, Graydon Lynn. And that now is going to be a touchdown for beauty, an absolute beauty from number 2, Gunnar McClard, into the hands of number 3, Graydon Lynn. And that going to be a touchdown for beauty, an absolute beauty from number 2, Gunnar McClard, into the hands of number 3, Graydon Lynn. And that going to be a touchdown for beauty, an absolute beauty from number 2, Gunnar McClard, into the hands of number 3, Graydon Lynn. And that going to be a touchdown for beauty, an absolute beauty from number 2, Gunnar McClard, into the hands of number 3, Graydon Lynn.
Okay, we're going to try the audio here and see what happens on the stream. Okay, we're going to try the audio here and see what happens on the stream. Okay, we're going to try the audio here and see what happens on the stream. Okay, we're going to try the audio here and see what happens on the stream. All right, Billy Joe, I may or may not have it. Let me know if it is in fact fixed.
Okay,
It'll sound like it's fixed at first,
here.
but if it's going to start repeating, it's going to take a second for it to do that.
stream.
So while I was sorting all of
All
that
right,
out,
Billy
number
Joe, I
2,
may or
Gunner
may not
McClard
have it.
throws
Let
an
me know
absolute
if
beauty
it
of a
is
pass
in
that you may or may not have heard 7
fixed.
times
It'll
into the
sound like
hands
it's
of
fixed
number
at
3,
first,
Braden
but it's
Lynn,
gonna start
up
repeating.
the left
It's gonna take a
sideline
second
for it to do that.
Ben,
So
Chaffee
while I
tried
was
an
sorting
onside
all
kick
of that
right
out,
there.
number
I
2,
may or
Gunner
may not
McClard
have
recovering
recovered
that
that
now
beauty
is
of a
Prairie,
pass that you may or may
looking
not have heard
to
7 times
it'll
into
sound
the
like
hands
it's
of
end
number
zone
3,
before
Braden
we
Lynn,
get
start
up to
repeating.
halftime of the 7th
Ben,
grade
so
contest.
while I was
Trying
sorting
all of that out,
Robert
number 2
Ball
is
plays
playing
at
covering
the
that
Chaffee
now
40
is
yard
Prairie,
line,
looking
East
to
Prairie drive
it'll
to
sound
find
like
the
it's
end zone
before
before
that
we
ball
get
is on
up
the
to
ground
halftime
of the 7th
It
grade
was
contest.
on
We're
Chaffee
trying
42
all of that out.
Robert
Chaffee
Ball
falls
at
on that
the
football
Chaffee
40 yard
40
line,
line,
looking
looking
for
East Prairie
to
drive
some
to
fine
find
back
the
who was able to
that
fall
ball
on
is
the
on
ball
the ground
and
side
recover it
of
for
the 7th
it
grade
was on
contest.
Chaffee
Robert
42
all
all of that out.
Robert
I'm going to turn off the crowd mic and see if just going into this mic makes a difference. I'm going to turn off the crowd mic and see if just going into this mic makes a difference. I'm going to turn off the crowd mic and see if just going into this mic makes a difference. I'm guessing this is probably about to duplicate again. So with 124 left in the second quarter, it is 2nd and 5 for Chaffee. I'm guessing from this is probably their own 47-yard line. I'm going to troubleshoot the audio during halftime. For right now, I'm just going to keep the video on the. It is 2nd and 5 for Chaffee, and hopefully I can get the duplication sorted out by the 47-yard line. I'm going to troubleshoot the audio during halftime. This is all right now. I'm just going to keep the video on the. It is 2nd and 5. For Chaffee, and hopefully I can get the duplication sorted out by the 47-yard line. I'm going to troubleshoot the audio during halftime. This is all right now. I'm just going to keep the video on the. It is 2nd and 5 for Chaffee, and hopefully I can get the duplication sorted out by the 47-yard line. I'm going to troubleshoot the audio during halftime. This is all right now. I'm just going to keep the video on the. It.
Ran out of bounds. 59 seconds left to play in the first half. Flag on the play. Receivers penalty on Chaffee.
57 seconds to go in the second quarter. "57 seconds to go in the second quarter. "57 seconds to go in the second quarter. 57 seconds to go in the second quarter.
34 seconds left to play before half. Flag on the play. Receivers penalty on Chaffee. That'll move him back. Number 79, Pacey Bicey checking in. For number 52, Prairie. Second long, Chaffee.
Time runs out on the second quarter. And at halftime, Chaffee leads East Prairie 16-8.
So far, so good. Let's see if this continues not duplicating. I think I've got the audio routed correctly, but let's move the camera over so you guys can watch this performance.
Introducing their 2025 East Prairie Middle School Majorette, Sophia Hutchison.
Great performance from the junior high majorettes. And now I think the audio is all fixed and corrected and things are going where they're supposed to go. I thought I was talking to you guys the whole time, and apparently I was not. Billy Joe told me that there's no audio. I said, oh, that's less than ideal. It looks like there's audio on that side. So anyway, we turn the audio on, and then it duplicates, but I think we finally have it figured out. So it'll be the first time you've heard it, but the second time I've said it. Hello and good evening, and welcome to East Prairie High School for a special edition of East Prairie Booster Club live streaming. I'm Zach Barker, and tonight is a little, it's a special edition because normally we're not here streaming junior high sports. A lot of the times we're in support of the high school sports, but today I really wanted to test out our internet connection. I wanted to make sure it would stay stable. I wanted to make sure that our sound was right and our cameras were right before tomorrow night when the East Prairie varsity Eagles take on Father Tolton. And I saw the picture of their team and the roster of their team, and they are large both in number and in size. So a formidable task for the varsity Eagles tomorrow night. That game, I will remind you, starts at 6 p.m. rather than the standard 7 p.m. It will give them time to get back home because they have quite the drive to get down here. We've got 5 minutes and 9 seconds left in halftime of the 7th grade contest. Chaffee back already on the field, getting stretched out and ready to get started. And they lead this 7th grade game by a score of 16-8. Their scores came from, I believe it was Gunnar McClard that picked the ball up on the 21-yard line on a kickoff, ran it all the way back for a kickoff return touchdown after East Prairie put together a very impressive offensive drive to find the end zone. It was Bryce Bollinger, I've gotten two different answers on how to actually pronounce that, who was able to find the end zone on the left side, and then East Prairie able to convert the two-point conversion, but then Chaffee right back with an answer and able to convert their own. The second touchdown came on an absolutely beautiful pass from number 2, Gunnar McClard, into the hands of number 3, Graydon Lind, up the left side of the sideline. They were able to convert the two-point conversion on that as well. And that brings us to our halftime score of Chaffee with St. Ambrose 16, East Prairie 8. We've got 3 minutes, 57 seconds left to go here at halftime. So I'm going to take a little bit of a break, make sure that everything is stable on the streaming side, because ultimately that's my goal for tonight. And if I can get some updates on the junior high basketball, if I can get some updates on volleyball, I'll let you know what those are when I come back. But for now, enjoy the ambient noise of East Prairie High School. starting to return back to action here at East Prairie High School to get the third quarter underway. Chaffee won the toss to begin this football game and elected to receive. So now it's going to be number 51, Mason's. I'm going to guess that's supposed to be Mason, but Mason Holvey.
Kicking off for the Red Devils, number 51, Mason Colby.
They've tried a couple of onside kicks, and they've kicked a couple of deep. We'll see what they do with this one to start. And this one is going much deeper. Goes into the hands of number 5 for East Prairie, trying to evade, but unable. That's number 2. It wasn't number 2, it was number 5. That's Cree Berry. Good, and he's bottled up by guess who? It's number 2, Gunnar McLeod. So Gunnar McLeod taking care of a lot of this game for Chaffee, both on the offensive side and the defensive side of the football. And that's going to start East Prairie 1st and 10 from their own 27-yard line. This time Hunt Thurman takes the ball and is able to beat the edge on the right side. He has to hurdle number 4, Samuel Scruggs. He's able to get a considerable gain, brings him up to the 41-yard line, and that's going to be a first down for East Prairie. A great run for Hunt Thurman on that play.
Spotted at the East Prairie 41-yard line, 1st and 10 Eagles.
If you're just joining us, my name's Zach Barker. I am alone tonight trying to run a scoreboard and a camera and running audio and monitoring a live stream, so sorry in advance if things get all wonky. This time it's number 20, Bryce Bollinger, trying to run to the left side. Doesn't have a lot of room to do that. He's brought down by number 30 and number 74, Matthew Clark and Braden Romos. That's going to make it second. And they have third across the second down. About 2nd and 13. That's going to be from the 42. Not 42. It's going to be from the 38-yard line. Went back a little bit, make it the 27, make it 2nd and 14. That ball handed off to number 7. And that number 7 is Lace Weibark with no room to run. Number 57, Tyler Brown, and number 2, Gunnar McLeod there to bottle him up, and another loss. It's going to bring up a long 3rd down for East Prairie. As you heard Coach Hodges, I think, that ball is on the 32-yard line of East Prairie, and they have to get to the Chaffee 49. That makes it a 3rd and 19. So a lot of distance to overcome for East Prairie on this play, and they have done it before. Hunt Thurman was able to get a pass off to Bryce Bollinger up the left side. Actually resulted in an Eagle touchdown on that. So we'll see what East Prairie is able to do on this 3rd and 19. That Bryce Bollinger gets face masked by number 57 in the background. A good effort from him, but yeah, there's a personal foul face mask against Chaffee. And unfortunate because he did a great job penetrating the line for Chaffee, but just wasn't able to grab a hold of Bryce Bollinger the way that you're supposed to in football. So that ball will return back to the line of scrimmage, and we're going to move forward. It's going to make it 4th and 14. 5:29 left here in the third quarter. East Prairie talking things over. Certainly not showing a punt formation by any means. There's a flag in the backfield, a whistle, and a false start on East Prairie. So the ref giveth and the ref taketh away. So we're going to move back 5, and that's going to make it 4th and 19. Only 1 second falls off of the clock with that. 5:26 to go. If you are at home, I would imagine that you are in the safety away from the gnats that are being swatted away by pretty much everybody here. With how dry it's been, the gnats have been rather persistent and pesky. Oh my goodness, Hunt Thurman gets the snap, and that's about all he's able to do because number 51, Mason Holvey, finds her way, or his way rather. Someone just texted me and I was thinking man, wow, a great play by Mason Holvey to penetrate the line and bring Hunt Thurman down. An absolutely wonderful field position for the Chaffee Red Devils. They're going to start this offensive drive at the Eagle 22-yard line. And a good chance for Chaffee here to create separation to make this more than a one-possession game. Number 2, Gunnar McClard, now off to the side. That snap muffed, but is able to be picked up by number 21, and that number 21 is Jaden Mosley. He works the right side and is able to get the first down and more. He gets to the 10-yard line. And because he's at the 10, that's going to make it 1st and goal for Chaffee. So as long of a goal as you can get, barring a penalty. So 4 downs to find the end zone for Chaffee. That snap again to number 21. He runs to the left side. He's looking for an angle. He doesn't find it because guess who's there to close it down? It's number 9. And it's Hunt Thurman.
Second go for Chaffee. Check that 3rd down. 3rd and 9, Chaffee.
That'll make it 2nd down. They've got 9 yards to go, but it is 2nd and goal. Hunt Thurman had good penetration, but oh my goodness, a great pass into the end zone. That was number 21, Jaden Mosley, and that goes into the hands of number 3, Graydon Lynn. So Graydon Lynn's 2nd catch of the night and 2nd for a touchdown. That is a touchdown for Chaffee. And they'll go for the 2-point conversion to see if they can extend this to 24.
Conversion is good. Number 21, Jaden Mosley, got to bring this forward. Chaffee, 24.
Jaden Mosley makes it in. Not a lot of fanfare there. So Chaffee takes the lead further on East Prairie. Makes it 24-8. And 4:15 to go here in the third quarter. We'll be back for the kickoff back to East Prairie and see if they're able to generate some offense. Chaffee was short a man. Mason Holvey set to kick it off once again for him. That time a short kick that goes, that ball was kicked at the 48-yard line by Chaffee. They don't call the contact on it. East Prairie ends up falling on the football, and it's number 75, Tilden Gladwell, who's able to recover the football. So East Prairie is going to take over and start their offensive drive from, we're doing some pointing. I think they may be. There we go. Yeah, they did throw that flag. It was hiding on the white number across the field. So that puts East Prairie still talking. Okay, we're good. So the ball's going to be on the 49-yard line. East Prairie is going to start 1st and 10 in Chaffee territory. And there's a flag in the backfield as Hunt Thurman runs that football. That's going to be holding on East Prairie. Not a lot of yardage there anyway, but you certainly don't want to go back 10 yards. And what was originally a 1st and 10 now becomes a 1st and 20. So having started in Chaffee territory, Eagles now backed up 9 yards into their own territory. And there's 4:07 to go here in this third quarter. If you ever wondered the importance of having a read and rob rather than having a read or rob, it is very important. Talking to yourself is no fun at all. On that last play, East Prairie able to gain about 2 yards, puts the ball on the 43. Makes it 2nd and 18. Eagles in the huddle talking things over. Chaffee waiting to see what East Prairie shows up with. Some encouragement from the crowd. Hunt Thurman gets the ball, and that is all he has time to do. Again, this time it's number 54, Bryce Gramlich, that's able to get into the backfield and bring him down. And that's going to bring up a timeout for East Prairie as Hunt Thurman was brought down at the 37, 36-yard line, and that makes it 3rd and 25. So they're going to bring it into the huddle and talk it over. get you guys a view of the cheerleaders doing their thing. A reminder that tomorrow night, Friday night, you probably didn't need reminded of that, but what you probably do need reminded of is that the varsity game kicks off at 6 p.m. rather than 7. So if you're planning on coming out tomorrow night, you will want to make sure that you are here earlier than usual. Doing that to accommodate Father Tolton, who is traveling down from St. Louis, give them a little earlier time to get home. East Prairie has talked things over. See what they've come up with in the huddle. And a flag immediately thrown toward the Chaffee side, though. There may have been someone lined up offside, maybe encroachment. We'll see what our official has to say. The white hat has his hand up. It's a false start. But it's on East Prairie. So Chaffee decides to decline that, and why wouldn't they? East Prairie with a very long 4th down. And with 2:42 to go here in the 3rd quarter, East Prairie going to go for it. Number 16 breaks loose for East Prairie and is able to get a sizable run, but is brought down right at the 50-yard line. The Eagles, to get a 1st down, would have had to get to, well, the sign across the field says 4th down. I thought it was 4th down, but now it's 4th down. That works out for East Prairie. No, there we go. They're turning everything back over. There we go. Okay, so number 16, Talon, I think it's Talon Smith, makes it to the 49-yard line of East Prairie, is brought down. East Prairie would have had to get to the 41-yard line of Chaffee to have gotten the 1st down. So he makes up a sizable difference, but unable to finish it off. And so Chaffee takes over at the 49 of their own. And on the far side of the field, guess who it is? It is number 2, Gunnar McClard. Takes the handoff from number 21, Jaden Mosley. And that is a Chaffee touchdown on the first play of this offensive drive. And it makes this score 30 in favor of Chaffee St. Ambrose, 8 for East Prairie. .230 left to go in this 3rd quarter. And Chaffee lining up for the 2-point conversion. Very spread out. 21 looking for somewhere to pass. No one there to throw it to. And so number 21, Jaden Mosley, says, let me take it instead. Had nobody pursuing him. And waltzes into the end zone for that 2-point conversion. That makes it 32 in favor of Chaffee St. Ambrose. East Prairie with 8. And while we have a moment, I'd just like to remind you of how these streams are made possible. And it's the East Prairie Booster Club that supports all of this. We get a lot of support from the school to do these things, but a lot of the equipment and definitely the camera operators and commentators and sound engineers, and there's a lot of background that goes into producing these streams, and we don't get paid for it. It's all volunteer based, it's all donation funded, and none of us are really professionals, right? So we thank you for your support of those efforts, and we appreciate your feedback in all of that. And if you have ideas for how do we make things better, or what can we do that would make it a more enjoyable experience, we welcome that. Chaffee kicks it off. It goes into the hands of number 4, and he is not able to get far. That's Samuel Scruggs. He started on the left side of the field and worked his way to the right, and there was too many Chaffee Red Devils around him. There was 3, 54, and 2 around him. Graydon Lynn, Bryce Gramlish, Gunnar McClard. And so East Prairie going to start deep inside their own territory once again. That ball placed at the 22-yard line. And that's going to be 1st and 10 for the Eagles. That run that time by number 16, Talon Smith, loses a couple of yards on that, makes it 2nd down. And it'll make it 2nd and 13 for the Eagles. Of course, the audio on Friday night's coming from Shotgun 97.1 FM and 1080 AM. And that's Reed and Rob. We also will have that feed, or at least plan to have that feed during the basketball season too. And I'll join Reed Howell for that. East Prairie not able to get anywhere with that. Number 51, Mason Holvey, jumps into the backfield and takes down the ball carrier, number 16, Talon Smith. So another loss on that play. It's going to make it 3rd down. The ball now sits on the 19-yard line. And that makes it 3rd and 18. We have 1 minute to go here in the 3rd quarter. And once again, Chaffee just penetrating the backfield. That time Gunnar McClard with nowhere to go for Talon Smith. And that's going to make it 4th and a long way. That ball spotted on the 8-yard line. I think it's 4th and 24. Either way, the Eagles have to get to the 32-yard line in order to, oh goodness, all kinds of motion in the ocean before the snap on that one. That time the official attributing that one to East Prairie for moving too early. So that's going to move it back even further. Put it on the Eagle 4-yard line. Not a lot of room once again for Talon Smith. That's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter, and East Prairie is turning the ball over on the 3-yard line. So a very favorable position for the Chaffee Red Devils when we come out of this 3rd quarter break and head to the 4th quarter. Chaffee leading East Prairie by a score of 32-8.
Wilkerson. Cheer coach Emily Garner.
You hear a round of applause for the cheer coach, Emily Garner. Always good to know you're appreciated. We'll follow the East Prairie defense headed down the field, and they have quite the task ahead of them if they want to prevent Chaffee from scoring once again. The Chaffee Red Devils are going to start first and goal from the East Prairie 3-yard line to begin this fourth quarter. If you have any knowledge of drones or would like to donate a drone, you can contact the East Prairie Booster Club. We'd be interested in adding drone footage to these live streams, and also for the purposes of being able to record footage for the high school football team. Chaffee sorting things out, changing up their formation. Their coach giving signals from the sideline. Expect Jaden Mosley to take the snap here. He hands it off into the hands of number 2. That's a Gunnar McLeod. And he was contested, but was able to make it into the end zone, and that is another touchdown for the Chaffee Red Devils. That'll make the score 38-8. And will give Chaffee an opportunity to take this score past 30 with a 2-point conversion. 7:53 to go. Well, the camera got frozen there. You'll just have to take my word for it. He made it then. So that's going to be an extra 2 to tack on to that touchdown. Makes the score 40 in favor of Chaffee St. Ambrose, 8 for East Prairie. We'll head back to the middle of the field and have us another kickoff. You'll notice the camera's kind of jumping around here. I'm playing with the settings on them, looking to see what the different color balances look like. Another onside kick, though, really a squib kick, rather. Almost given up by East Prairie, but able to corral it is number 32 for East Prairie. He gains a couple of yards on that, and that is Ryan Diamond, an 8th grader for East Prairie. That's going to make it 1st and 10 for East Prairie. Looks like they're going to spot it on about the 41-yard line of East Prairie. East Prairie offense is going to see what they can do. They've got 7 minutes, 44 seconds to work with. Official asking for them to run the clock.
Officials timeout.
Not really a chance for East Prairie to move the ball there as Chaffee penetrated into the backfield. And an Eagle player down. That player was the ball carrier and was brought down. I suspect that is Talon Smith. It is. They're helping him up. He's coming off on his own power. That's always good to see. Loss on that play is going to make it 2nd and 15. With the exit of Talon Smith, Lincoln McCutcheon, number 12, stepping into the game. East Prairie brought down once again in the backfield. That was number 5, Cree Berry, with the ball carry on that. A timeout for East Prairie after that. They're going to talk over a 3rd and 24. There's 6 minutes, 51 seconds. Left in this contest. And Chaffee well in control so far, leading by a score of 40-8. And if you guys could, whether it's in the YouTube comments or you text me or message the Booster Club page or whatever, just let me know what the quality of this stream looks like, what it sounds like. That way I have time to think about it, and if I need to change anything before tomorrow night, I would very much appreciate your assistance in that. It makes the game day experience a lot more pleasant for you and us too, when we're able to troubleshoot all these things beforehand rather than waiting for everything to kick off and then trying to do it in the middle. Flag on the far side of the field. East Prairie not able to get anywhere on that play. Chaffee will decline that penalty as East Prairie lost yards again on that play. Puts the ball at the 21. Makes it 4th and should be 27. Ooh, that's hard math because we cross. That'll be 30. 4th and 30 for East Prairie. Looking to pass and nowhere to go as number 30 and number 51 come across the line. Braden Ramos and Mason Holvey able to stop East Prairie. So East Prairie is going to turn it over on downs with 6:08 to go here in the fourth quarter with a demonstrable lead, 40-8. So say the voice is hard to hear. Let's try to turn that up a little bit. See if you guys can hear that a little bit better. See if that gives you a little more sound on your side. I can also increase this a touch. Timeout for Chaffee, so that gives me a little more time to play too. One thing about it, this stream has been live for 1 hour and 44 minutes, and the internet has done quite well today. I haven't dropped any frames. I've kept the same connection the entire time, and that's exactly what I've been looking for before we get into tomorrow when East Prairie varsity takes on Father Tolton here at East Prairie High School. Reminder that that game starts at 6 p.m. tomorrow. That time, number 24 is run by Cason Handback. He's running it to the right side. He's brought down by Lincoln McCutcheon, limits him to a 4-yard gain, makes it 2nd and 4 for Chaffee. A good open field tackle for Lincoln McCutcheon there. If you guys could tell me if it's easier to hear the voice, I would very much appreciate that. This time 2nd and 5, number 21 carrying the ball and has all kinds of open space. He is caught just short of the goal line by East Prairie, so a good job by the East Prairie defense collapsing down and able to tackle him. There were 4 different Eagles in on that, but not before he's able to get the first down and make it a 1st and goal. And that ball is going to be spotted at the 1-yard line. So Chaffee threatening once again with 4:47 to go here in this fourth quarter. This time number 2, Gunnar McClard, who spent a lot of time in the backfield, wide out and split to the right. That ball handed off by number 5, Brennan Dawson, into the hands of number 24, Cason Handback. And he makes it into the end zone. That's a Chaffee touchdown. Makes their score of 46. They'll line up for the 2-point attempt. Same configuration this time. They have trips out to the left. Number 5 takes the direct snap, and he runs it into the end zone. Caden Wallace, number 61, tried to bring him down, but was a little too late on that. Makes the score 48-8. Makes the score 48-8. 3:38 to go in the fourth quarter. We'll set up to kick off again. Thanks, Kim Kersey, for letting me know that the voice is doing considerably better after I did half of this game thinking you guys could hear me and you couldn't. Glad we finally have got it sorted out toward the end. All right, Mason Holvey kicking off again. Another squib. East Prairie that time just falling right down on it, and that's number 1, Brody Looney, who falls on that football. We'll say the 42. Coach Hodges has the better position. Seeing that one. So 3:34 to go. Ball starting on the 42-yard line of East Prairie. East Prairie's offense in the huddle along the sideline, getting their marching orders to start off this drive. And once the clock starts running, you have to imagine there will be a continuation of that clock, as Chaffee has a commanding 40-point lead in this contest. Oh, number 16 with the football. Coughs it up, but it's picked up for East Prairie by number 63, and that is Joseph Evans. It turns into a first down for East Prairie, and what could have been a very detrimental play. Okay, there we go. The chains were moving. I thought I was just remembering this wrong. It's actually 2nd and 6. So what was going to originally be a fumble recovered by Chaffee, Joseph Evans steps in, grabs the ball, and turns into a 4-yard gain for East Prairie. That snap falls a little low. It is Berry looking for room and not able to find it, running to the left side. He's brought down by number 26. That's Brody Ramos in the open field. And East Prairie, although they gained 4, will lose a considerable number of yards there. That ball is now placed on the 33-yard line. I heard Coach Hodges, and I was like, wait a second, I don't think that's right. He's on the 33-yard line. That's going to make it 3rd and 19 for East Prairie. Clock continues to run, 1:46 left to go in this contest. Snap again goes to number 16, Talon Smith, so he returns from his previous injury. He's bottled up by number 24 for Chaffee. That's Cason Handback. Clock continues to run. He does get a few yards on that. It's going to be a 4th and 11 for East Prairie. The ball's going to be placed on the 41-yard line. Clock continues to run. Down to 55 seconds as East Prairie comes up to the line. Berry again with the football. Nowhere to go. East Prairie bottled up once again. This time it is number 70. Well, it was 75 or 76, so it was either Matthew Clark or Trevor Keys, one of the two. Either way, stop for Chaffee. 33 seconds left to go in this contest, and a turnover on downs for East Prairie. And Chaffee may just be content to let this clock run down. We will see. They are lining up like they might try to do one more play, because the clock did have to stop with a change of possession. So 1st and 10, that's going to be from the East Prairie 37. Chaffee takes a knee. That was number 2, Gunnar McClard. They're going to start the clock. East Prairie, Chaffee starting to line up together to get into the handshake line. So that should do it for tonight's contest. Chaffee St. Ambrose emerging victorious over East Prairie by a final score of 48-8 here on this special edition of East Prairie Booster Club live streaming. We hope you guys will join us in person tomorrow night at 6 p.m., not 7 p.m., 6 p.m., when the East Prairie Varsity Eagles take on Father Tolton, coming down all the way from St. Louis, so make sure you take note of that earlier start time. As for tonight, though, get you a good night of sleep, and happy TGI Friday tomorrow. It's been a pleasure to bring this game along to you. And if you can't join us tomorrow in person, you can join us right here on the Booster Club live stream. We will be here, and as long as the internet works the way that the internet worked tonight, it should be a seamless game, and I'll have more help with me to keep the camera on and keep the audio going. So things that we would love to share with you tomorrow. Until then, I'm Zach Barker signing off for the East Prairie Booster Club. Good night.